Well, greetings, faithful followers. I'm Brother Jack Angry, and this is Inferna, the cougar from hell.
Hello, everyone.
And we wanted to take a minute here to give a special shout out to a good friend of ours, our friends at the Shilling Shockers TV show, namely Penny Dreadful the 13th, and her husband and sidekick, Guru the Werewolf. Their real-life counterparts, Danielle Gallagher and Magoo Gallagher, you know, they've had some rough times over the last year or so. Her husband, Magoo, who plays Guru the Werewolf, has been battling cancer, and as you know, with this kind of an illness and the treatments you have to go through to keep it at bay, obviously that takes a toll on a person emotionally, physically, and most importantly, financially.
Family.
Yes, and it takes a toll on the family. I know Penny's, or Danielle has taken up, to try and do her best to cover any lost income by working more than one job. And that's been especially hard on her, and, we salute her for that, and Magoo for everything he does. That's why we want to tell you about a site on GoFundMe.com. It's Magoo's medical expenses, and we'll be putting a link here at the bottom of this announcement here, and it may be on the screen right now. I'm sure you'll be able to see it, but please take a moment to go to the site, follow that link, and donate what you can, even if it's just a few dollars or as little as $5. Every little bit helps. This is going to help Magoo recap or recover what he's lost for wages, what he's lost for, it's going to help make his medical expenses, and it's going to help with the things, give him the peace of mind that he can concentrate on his fight and hopefully make a full recovery. And that's what we're all pulling for here. The crew, myself, Inferna, Brother James, Torrid, Dedra, we're all pulling for Magoo to make a complete recovery. And for him to do that, he's got to focus 100% on fighting his illness and coming back better and stronger than before in 2014. And we want to help that happen. So even if you can't donate, or you can only donate a few bucks, if you can't donate, then spread this around. Like this video on Facebook. Share it with your friends, your family, your Facebook friends, your Twitter friends. Let's get Magoo the support he needs to beat this and to come back stronger than ever. So, I'm Brother Jack Angry, along with Inferna, and from the rest of the crew here at the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. Magoo, keep fighting. Hang in there, buddy. We've all got your back on this.
Show support that there's people out there that actually care.
That's
when
right.
You're in that situation.
And we know that, I check the site every day, and we know that many of you care. A lot of you have donated. They're at over 50% towards their goal. So with a little bit more love, a little more support, we can get them to where they need to be so that Magoo can focus on his recovery without having to worry about covering these expenses. And we're going to do everything we can, and we hope you will too. So thank you and enjoy. Well, greetings, faithful followers. This is your old pal, Brother Jack Angry, bringing you another edition of the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. Now, this is going to be episode 99 of the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama, so we're one episode away from that big 100. Ooh. And when we hit the 100th episode, when we do that, we're going to be doing, trying to be doing some very special content. We're going to try and bring some original content from some of our favorite indie horror directors like Lee Turner, Kurt Larson, and others. We're going to try and have some shorts from them. that we can run. And we're going to crack open a bottle of champagne here on the air. And we're going to have, Brother James, Lady Torrid, and some of our new friends like Dedra, the Groupie Corpse, and a few others there as well. So you're going to see that in the next coming weeks here at the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama. We want to give a big thanks and a big shout out to all of our friends and sponsors. Big Brain Tattoos, love you guys. All the support you've given us, Smitty, way to go. Our friends with Lee Turner, independent film director from Missouri. We carried his film, thecampushouse.com, on a show a couple of weeks back.
Oh,
great. Yep, lots of love there. Great show, great response to that. And you could want to say a big shout out to our friends Sluggo and the Crimson Executioner on the Vortex, and our good friend Robert Poole, founder of IndieHorror.tv. As you know, they give us Saturday nights, and we are their horror host in residence. And so, way to go, Robert. Lori Lorsch, our friend from Examiner.com, and you'll be seeing some more of her work in regard to it. She's got several articles planned in regards to us, and I'm going to be sitting down with her and get this all taken care of. And our friends, the Stupid Movies crew down in Lincoln, Adam, Kyle, and Rob. So, guys, nothing but love for you.
Anyone that does our cartoon characters.
Yes, Todd Mizia, a.k.a. the Toxic Zombie out of Pueblo, Colorado, did all of our great artwork. You can see a lot of that on our merchandise and some of our promotional posters. You can find that on the website, the blog, and other locations as well.
And swag.
And our swag shop, yes. And I'm going to be talking with Todd about getting some more artwork done here. Just Todd's schedule hasn't allowed it, and I've been kind of busy myself. So, on with the movie. Tonight's movie is the 1959 black and white classic, Beast from Haunted Cave. Now, this movie stars nobody really well known, but the plot of the movie is pretty interesting. You have a group of gold thieves who attempt to rob an abandoned mine. They end up running afoul of the giant spider-like creature that actually guards the cave or lives there. And he proceeds to pick them off one by one in particularly gruesome ways. Their female companion / Maul is devoured in one scene that was actually, for its time, was pretty disturbing. I mean, a lot of people commented on that in the reviews I've read. But we're not going to give away too much more of the movie.
And this is a black and white film, right?
This is black and white, yes. This was made in 1959. Many of the studios were still shooting in black and white because it was cheaper than the Technicolor film and development processes that were necessary to bring colored films in that time. So only the biggest studios could do it. That's why at the time you only saw Technicolor or color films for the bigger studios, and usually they were the big budget epics like Ben-Hur, Gone with the Wind, that sort of thing. Because it was actually very, very, very cost prohibitive to do a film in color at that time, and just a simple monster movie wasn't considered a big enough draw. It didn't have the potential for earning enough to make the color development process feasible, so they still shot in black and white, which was many, many times cheaper.
But it is now.
Yeah, it's like now with video you can do anything. People actually want to film in black and white because it's hip and trendy, not because you have to.
Yeah, now we do photography in black and white.
Well, yeah, it's like and you get your artsy photographers who want to shoot in black and white because it makes it more artistic. Well, no, back then they shot in black and white because it was simply cheaper. It's like you had your accountant. It was the accountant that said, no, you can't do color. Color's too expensive. But you'll have to shoot this bitch in black and white if you want it to come off. So they did, and this is what we got, So tonight's movie, The Beast from Haunted Cave, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama. Enjoy.
4 men and a girl to the territory of the 4 men who live by killing. A girl who has experienced so much that only sadistic brutality can thrill her. Vicious and violent men.
Well, greetings, faithful followers. Welcome back. What did you think of the Beast from Haunted Cave? Isn't that spider creepy? Yeah, you know, it's like it's attacking and draining the blood out of people and all this other stuff.
Makes me hungry.
Yeah, it's like, just like Mama used to make. But the film itself, there wasn't a lot of information on this film. Basically, it comes from the studio that created it was responsible for things like the giant claw, for the giant Gila monster, and various other, I think it was also produced by the same studio who would later go on to do Yongari, Monster from the Deep, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. And all of these things have the mutated monster or some type of big reptile, dinosaur, lizard, what have you. They all pretty much were done on the same formula. You have big monster terrorizes city or some small town. Hero comes along or would-be hero comes out of a situation. Maybe at first doesn't start out as a hero, but later becomes one by the end of the film and destroys the monster. Monster kills several people, generally fucks up shit all over the place, and then dies.
And then there's more.
And yeah, exactly. And we just, it was the same script, only it's just insert monster here, It's like, no, they never had a movie about a giant hedgehog terrorizing the country. And by hedgehog, I don't mean Ron Jeremy. It's like, if it was Ron Jeremy, we know what would be giant.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And actually, Ron Jeremy did release a movie in early 2013. Basically, was called Ron's Giant Member, and it was about when his
he's pretty popular for that.
When his junk goes on a killing rampage and proceeds to do in several people in quite various and unusual ways. It was an independent film, and they don't call Ron Jeremy the hardest working man in films for nothing.
Until they made the 14-inch plastic toy, and then you don't hear much about him anymore.
Well, it's like, let's face it, Ron's getting up there in years, and, let's face it, it's like, he ain't as good looking as he once was, but for what I've seen, you got to give the old boy credit,
He's good looking?
Well, the little admiral can still stand up and salute, so that's better than some of us are doing, and, it's like, as far as I know, he's not taking any little blue pills as far as that's concerned. It's like, some people, it's God love Canada, God love the Canadian farmers.
We should call him.
Yes, we should. I've been working on trying to get him on the show. I mean, at least to get him to call into our blog talk show and we can interview him. I don't know that he ever gets to this section of town or the country, but
I've never seen his young days at a
stallion. The films he did when he was younger, it's like, and there's a reason they called him the Hedgehog, because he was hairy all over.
Oh.
He looked like a little hedgehog, that kind of thing, Of course, I'd never seen a hedgehog as a tripod before. You girls will know what I'm talking about. It's like, but moving on, the film Beast from the Haunted Cave, was it's part of the tradition. It was a purely forgettable film in and of its own right, but it was part of the tradition. The giant spider creature living in a cave, feeding off those who try to steal its treasure. I mean, they did the same thing with, they've done the same thing with the Lord of the Rings, the Desolation of Smaug. Instead of a giant dragon or spider, it's just a big dragon with a bad attitude. But, you know, the special effects are a hell of a lot better these days. You know, and you'll notice scenes where they show the spider creature, and you can actually see the metal poles being held by the stage hands to work its arms and legs. You know, so you will see that, and you'll see wires, because the spider's essentially a giant puppet, and you will see the wires operating it. But hey, you know, that's the beauty of these kind of films. Mm-hmm. You know, we know that they're crap, we know the production values suck, but they're still fun to watch, and frankly, what was you going to do with that hour and a half anyway? You know? It's like, yeah, you could get online, you could talk to your Facebook friends, and you could play Grepolis or Yeovil or Castleville or some crap like that, you know. We've got a lot of friends who play Pot Farm, and, you know. Yeah, it's like no comment, yeah.
But this is late night.
No,
late night show that we do.
Well, so it's like, speaking of pot,
they can do both at the same time.
Speaking of pot, how many of our faithful followers out there are going to Colorado? It's like, have made a run for the border to go to Colorado, you know, and paid $400 for an ounce of really good weed, but, you know, it's like, it was cheaper when it was illegal, people. You know, this is what government does for you. They take it, jack the price up through the roof. But anyway, it's like we don't advocate the use of any type of drug unless prescribed by a doctor.
Exactly.
Yes, and well, I'm not going there. It's like,
except that stuff that washed up on the shore the other day.
There you go. What, they had some wash up on shore, or?
We just don't tell about that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, we just don't tell about it. And considering this is the Missouri, I really wouldn't want to try anything that washed up on shore because it probably came from upstream, and God knows what's in it. You know, it's like, be like that guy who got a hold of the sewer tank. Ah!
It's just full of shit.
That's right. But anyway, you know, this is what we do. You know, Brother James isn't here to go off the rails, so somebody's got to do it, and I guess it's got to be me. But anyway, we'll be back at the break. Tonight's movie is The Beast from Haunted Cave, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. So enjoy.
Enjoy.
It's like, you got any more of that beer left, Inferna? I don't see the can anywhere.
I think it's making me sleepy.
Okay, well, we'll get back to the show here, and you know, I'll go grab a beer.
Oh yeah, that'll wake me up.
Oh great. All right. Well, greetings, faithful followers. Welcome back. I'm Brother Jack Angry, along with Inferna. What did you think of The Beast from Haunted Cave? Wasn't that scary? I mean, you had the big fake spider, you know, with the puppet arms and legs, you know, sucking the blood out of people, and it's like being attacked by a giant sex puppet.
Like Giant Miley.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh, Miley Cyrus. Ooh. That girl could kill the urge for 6 months, believe me. You know, everybody says she's so hot, but I mean, I look at her and it's like, threw up in my mouth a little bit. Never, but you know, it's like, okay, so I'm not a fan of Miley, so shoot me already. Sorry, I'm pretty sure Miley's not a fan of me, but you know, you don't hear me bitching and complaining about it. Wait a minute, maybe I should be bitching and complaining about it.
I was going to say, she's pretty young and, you know,
yeah,
going forward.
Yeah, she's, 20 going on 67. You know, she's going to be the dried up old trailer park queen. You know, it's like, well, back in my day I did this and this and this. And it's like, yeah, fine, whatever, Grandma. You know, but that's neither here nor there. And Brother Jack's rambling a bit, so we're going to wrap it up. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's movie, Beast from Haunted Cave, here on the Angry Brothers Omaha Shockorama. From myself, Brother Jack Angry, Inferna, the Cougar from Hell, Brother James, Lady Torrid, all of our friends, Dedra, Gulia, the zombie chef, wherever she is, I have no idea.
I never know anymore.
We haven't seen her in months, you know, and it's like, I don't think she's back under the slab again because Brother James didn't tell me he put her there.
Unless he's tied up again.
Yeah,
too.
it's like he could be tied up somewhere, that sick little monkey. But anyway, from all of us here at the Angry Brothers Omaha Shakarama, we want to give a big shout out to our fans. Keep the cards and letters coming in. Keep the comments on YouTube, Facebook, our website and blogs, our Blog Talk Radio show. Stop by our swag shop and pick up some Angry Brothers merchandise. You'll be glad you did. From all of us to all of you, let's have a great 2014 and enjoy.
Enjoy.
And keep America on top. Watch Horror Host, y'all.
And have a good year.
Yes.